This is huge and, frankly, infuriating. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna dropped a bombshell on Twitter that changes everything about the Atlas debate. NASA, the agency that's been stonewalling scientists and refusing to release the highest resolution images of Atlas, just confirmed to Congress that the object has an abnormal tail. Let me read you her exact tweet. Just had a good conversation with NASA regarding 3i Atlas. As soon as the government reopens, they'll be releasing images, data. Unfortunately, due to bureaucratic reasons, they cannot until then. Dr. Avi Loeb was correct in his early analysis of the abnormal tail. NASA has also noted this. Stop. Rewind. Read that again. Dr. Avi Loeb was correct in his early analysis of the abnormal tail. NASA has also noted this. NASA officially confirmed to a member of Congress that Atlas exhibits an abnormal tail. Not unusual. Not unexpected. Abnormal. That's the word they used. Abnormal. And here's what makes this both vindication and frustration wrapped into one explosive moment. While NASA sits on the best images ever taken of this object, citing bureaucratic reasons, China just released their images to the world. Let me tell you this story because it's equal parts geopolitical drama and scientific transparency crisis. On October 3, 2025, Atlas passed within 29 million kilometers of Mars. Two spacecraft were perfectly positioned to observe it, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter with its HiRISE camera, and China's Tianwen-1 orbiter with its HiRISE camera. NASA's HiRISE has a 50-centimeter aperture mirror. It achieved a spatial resolution of 30 kilometers per pixel, 3 times better than the Hubble Space Telescope's best image from July. These are the most detailed, the most high-resolution photographs of an interstellar object ever captured in human history, and NASA won't release them. For over a month now, since October 3rd, these images have existed. Scientists have requested them. Avi Loeb has publicly asked for access. Congresswoman Luna wrote an official letter. The scientific community has been pleading for time-sensitive data that could answer fundamental questions about this object. Bureaucratic reasons. That's the excuse? The U.S. government shutdown. Administrative delays. Meanwhile, China's National Space Administration just said, "Here you go," and released their images to the public. China's Tianwen-1 orbiter captured Atlas on the same day, October 3rd, from a distance of 2896 million kilometers. The HiRISE camera has a 38.7 centimeter mirror, smaller than NASA's 50 centimeter aperture, so the resolution is inferior. But you know what? Inferior resolution that's publicly available beats superior resolution that's classified or withheld. And what do the Chinese images show? A nucleus with a surrounding coma that has a diameter of several thousand kilometers. The CNSA researchers even created an animation showing Atlas's trajectory across the Martian sky based on a series of 30-second exposures. The images are out there, public, accessible, available for analysis by scientists around the world. This is what transparency looks like. Now, let's talk about what NASA confirmed to Congresswoman Luna, because this is the bombshell that validates everything Avi Loeb has been saying for months. Abnormal tail. In July and August, Loeb documented that Atlas was exhibiting a sunward jet, an anti-tail, material being ejected toward the sun rather than away from it. This defied normal cometary physics. Solar radiation pressure should push material away, not allow it to stream sunward. Critics dismissed it. Some said he was misinterpreting the data. Others claimed it was an optical illusion or perspective effect. But NASA just confirmed to Congress, officially, that the tail is abnormal. They've seen the HiRISE images, they've analyzed the data, and they told a member of the United States Congress that Dr. Avi Loeb was correct in his analysis. The tail is abnormal. NASA has noted this. Think about what this means. NASA, an agency that's been conspicuously silent about Atlas's anomalies, that's refused to release images, that's given no public statements about the object's unusual properties, just admitted to Congress that one of the key anomalies Loeb identified is real. They confirmed it officially to a congressional representative, but they won't show us the images. Bureaucratic reasons. The government shutdown, administrative delays. You know what's really frustrating about this excuse? China doesn't have a US government shutdown, and they managed to release their images just fine. Science shouldn't be held hostage to political dysfunction. Time-sensitive observational data shouldn't sit on servers because of budget disputes in Washington. And when a member of Congress has to personally intervene just to get a timeline for data release, when she has to tweet that as soon as the government reopens, they'll be releasing images, something is fundamentally broken about how we handle scientific transparency. Luna's tweet reveals the absurdity. NASA told her directly that Loeb was correct about the abnormal tail. They've seen the evidence, they've analyzed it, they acknowledge the anomaly. But the images that would let the global scientific community analyze this data independently, those are locked behind bureaucratic barriers. Meanwhile, CNSA is uploading animations to their public servers. The geopolitical irony here is stunning. For decades, the narrative has been that authoritarian governments suppress information while democracies promote transparency and open science. And yet, here we are. China, releasing their Atlas images to the world. The United States, citing bureaucratic reasons for withholding theirs. Now, let's be fair about what the Chinese images show versus what we're waiting for from NASA. The high-RIC images reveal a nucleus surrounded by a coma several thousand kilometers in diameter. That's significant data. But the resolution is inferior to what HiRISE captured. NASA's images would show 3 times more detail, potentially revealing structures, surface features, composition variations that the Chinese images can't resolve. We need both. The Chinese images give us something. The NASA images would give us much more. But right now, we have one and not the other, because of bureaucratic reasons. And here's what makes Luna's tweet even more significant. She confirmed that NASA will release the images as soon as the government reopens. That's a commitment. That's a timeline. That's congressional pressure working. But it also reveals that NASA has been sitting on images that confirm abnormal tail behavior, that validate Loeb's analysis, that show something unprecedented, and they've been holding them due to administrative shutdowns. This is time-sensitive data. Atlas is moving through our solar system right now. December 19th, it makes closest approach to Earth. Observations are being planned based on whatever information we have available. And the best information, the highest resolution images ever taken of an interstellar object, are being withheld because of US domestic political dysfunction. China showed us what they had. NASA told Congress the tail is abnormal, but won't show us the proof. This is where we are in 2025. This is the state of scientific transparency. This is what happens when bureaucracy meets cosmic mystery. The good news? Luna's tweet suggests the images will be released soon. The government will reopen, the bureaucratic barriers will fall, and we'll finally see what NASA has been looking at for over a month. But the frustration is real. The vindication for Loeb is significant, and the geopolitical irony is impossible to ignore. NASA confirmed abnormal tail behavior to Congress. China released their images to the world. And the global scientific community is still waiting for the United States to practice the transparency it preaches. The Chinese images show a nucleus with a several thousand-kilometer coma. That's our first view from Mars orbit. That's something, but it's not enough. We need the high-rise images. We need the 30-kilometer per pixel resolution. We need to see what NASA saw that made them confirm to Congress that the tail is abnormal. And hopefully, when the government reopens, when the bureaucratic excuses end, we'll finally get them. China showed us what transparency looks like. Now it's NASA's turn. The images exist. The anomalies are confirmed. The congressional pressure is working. Stay tuned. Because when those high-rise images finally drop, when NASA releases what they've been sitting on since October 3rd, we'll analyze every pixel together. The wait is almost over. The confirmation is official. The abnormal tail is real. Now show us the proof.